Design, and it's time for our Tuesday tutorial. This is the Tuesday after Easter, or as I like to call it, Resurrection Day. I hope y'all had a great weekend. I did. I was super busy, so I'm a little slow getting things going this morning. But it is time for us, believe it or not, to make our May Gnome of the Month folio, and we are using the 2 May papers from Photoplay's Year with My Gnomies. And you will also need the May, June, July, and August sticker sheet. So you're going to get those out. I am working with really bright, bold colors to go with this fun collection. So we're going to build our base from 2 8.5 by 6-inch panels of this bright, almost daffodil yellow cardstock. And the first thing we're going to do is overlap these about 1/4 inch and adhere them together to make one big long panel. And that is our folio base. I'm working with, this is, a lot of you asked, this is about an 85-pound cardstock. So heavy, but not too heavy. And I'm just going to seal this union with my bone folder. And as you can see, it really does, pretty much disappear, especially as we add our layers. So now what you're going to do is bring in your scoring tool. And we've got this long piece, and we're going to score at, I'm making sure I'm in my frame, 6, and fold. Make sure we're straight here, then 6, then 9. Okay, so 6, fold, 6, and 9. So this folds in, and this folds out. And then here is our cover. Pretty simple. And then the next thing you're going to do is cut liner papers, and you're going to need 3 5 3/4 inch squares. And again, I'm working with bright, bold colors here. This is a hot pink. So you're going to need 3 of those. I think I have 3 anyway. And then you're going to need, for this center panel, a 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. And you're going to need, for the pocket, a 5 3/4 by 2 3/4. You're going to need a 2 3/4 by 5 3/4 for here, and a 2 3/4 by 5 3/4 for here. And then this piece is 1 3/8 by 5 3/4. So that's all the liner pieces. And I'm going to line mine. Okay, as you can see, I've got everything all lined. I just want to show you very quickly how to install the pocket pieces. So you have this 5 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch piece. Score a 1/2 inch on the bottom. That's going to be the bottom flap of our pocket. And then take from scraps of your pink paper a couple of 1 inch by just under 2 1/4 inch pieces. Fold or score them in half, and you're going to install these. I call this a gusseted pocket. A gusset adds extra depth so that you can put more in the pocket and you get things in and out of the pocket easily. So you can see I'm just folding these in half. And then the folded edge is going to line up. The folded edge of the gusset is going to line up against the cut edge of the pocket. And then you're just going to fold this up, put a little adhesive here to hold that bottom flap in place, and a little adhesive here. And then put adhesive on your flaps. And go ahead and install this. And I'm just lining the bottom up with the bottom of the other panels, so everything looks nice and even. And then just press that in, flip this over. Now we need to add gussets here. This is, I want to say this little flap right here is 2 inches. Sorry, that's not true. It's 1 3/4 inches. So these little gussets are right about 1 1/2. So this one's going to go right here. And this one's going to go right here. Then add our adhesive and fold it to close. So now we're all lined. Okay. All right, now we're going to start installing our pages. And from your icons paper, you're going to trim out your May calendar so that it is 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And then we're going to adhere this right here on this left-hand side. Just like this, and then you can come back with your stickers and dress that up. Then here's the center pocket, and you have to make a decision here. You have to decide gnomes up or this panel up. I want the gnomes up, and this piece is cut to 5.5 by 4. So I'm gonna put my adhesive here. And just line this up. We don't have to go the whole height of this panel because we have our pocket that covers things up. But I like how the black kind of grounds this page. And then we have this center panel. This is cut from the bottom of the cards page, our little May title. And we've trimmed this to a width of 5.5 inches. And this is going to go right here on our pocket. Then we have our little pocket and tag page, and this piece is cut to 2.5 by 5.5. All right. To put in this pocket, go ahead and put your that little piece, and then our little bouquet for Mom. And I'll show you how I finished these. I save little scraps and I fold them on the diagonal, fold the ends, just cut that little fishtail banner in there. And then this is going to glue. Not glue, I'm going to use my tiny attacher. Take our tiny, actually, I'm going to cut this like this. Staple that in place, and then bring in your sticker sheet and maybe take this cute little butterfly and put it over the staples. And then this can go in this pocket. All right. Then over here, this page that has the 3 circles, this is 4. And our width of our panel here is, hold on, So we're going to say 2.5. So we want this to be 3.5. All right. So trim that to 3.5. Bring in your scoring tool. Score a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch. Turn it. Line it up and score a 1/2 inch. Trim out the pockets. The corners. You can see how that forms a really nice, neat pocket. And now just add your adhesive. And this is going to go right here. And this little gnome is going to go in this pocket. And you can do the same thing. Make sure this is dry. Sometimes you have to come in when you do these pockets, slip your ruler in between where the flap is and the paper is and just press them down. And that seals that pocket. You can use a ruler, you can use a bone folder. Rulers are thinner, and then see he'll go in and out easily, and you don't have to worry about accidentally gluing him below the flaps, which kind of ruins them. All right, then over here, this is this page, and we've got this 2.5 by 5.5. This is 1 3/8. So we're going to take this down to 1 1/8. And this green is going to go here. On the pocket face. And we're going to use the gnome part of it to line the pocket, just like that. And then to go into the pocket, bring in your, this is what I have left of my sheet, your cards sheet, and line this up. Trim this here. Well, we've got this. Let's go ahead and cut a little piece for our tag topper. Let's fold it on the diagonal. Fold this here and trim. Fold this here and trim. Here's our little tag. So cute. And he goes right back in his pocket. So we can trim Mom down. And I'm just lining this up, trimming away the extra white. Let's see if this will fit in here. Yep. So bring in a scrap piece of your pink. All right, so let's trim this just a little bit more if we can. Try not to pull out a whole new piece of pink. So I'm trying to make this, yeah, that's going to work perfect. All right, then glue this down. This will be a nice place to write a little note. scoring tool. And I'll give you those dimensions because I know a lot of you work with much more precision than I do. So the width ends up being just a hair. And we can trim this a little bit. It'll be exactly 5.5. All right, and just under 2, just over 3 3/4. And this little inside piece that we trimmed down, we trimmed to 5 3/8 by 1 3/4. All right. And this goes right in here. It's going to fit just as nice. You can make another little folio with this. I need to trim some of that border off. And this is a great size to tuck a gift card in if you want to do that. But you can see I'm just pulling scraps and working with scraps and using what I have on my desk. All right. Make the height match. It never matters how big your workspace is. Once you start working, you don't have enough room. Isn't that funny? That is how that works. Okay. So there we go. Just trim that down. So cute. I want to pull this out so that that shows. Let's put this in this pocket as an extra folio. And let's take this and put it in here, these little love words, put it in there with our gnome. And that pretty much completes the inside of this. And clean up some of these scraps. Okay, so now you need a 5.5 by 5.5 inch piece of your icons paper. And I'm going to use the gnomes. And this is the back cover. This is going to go right here. Then come to the front cover, and I have a 5.5 by 5.5 of this pink cut from this section of your card making paper. Down right here. Then we've got this piece. This is 5.5 by 2 1/4. And I want to put this, let me see, let's bring in, so I created our little shaker element. This is so cute. This is the floral wreath, the 4x4 floral wreath from the cards paper. And then this is a Rene Bouquet's Deco Hearts circle frame that I heat embossed with shabby pink embossing powder. And then I just added pink, gold, and blue buttons from my stash to the little edges. And here's our little sticker from the May sheet. And I put foam tape on the right-hand side of him and then glued him on the left-hand side. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to think how I want to do this. If I want to go this way, or if I want to go this. I think I want to do this like a standard belly band this time. And we're just going to glue this right across the middle. like this. I'm going to open this out so that this lays flat. It makes it a little bit easier to work with. And then I'm going to, and I just matted this on our pink and our yellow. Look how bright and cheery that is. I think that is so cute. So let's have him, trying to decide. Let's put him right about here. So I'm up about a ½ an inch from the bottom edge, and I'm just going to glue this down. And then I filled this with Buttons Galore and more shaker mix. I think it's called Mermaid. But I thought the colors were good, and I liked the little sparkly stars in there. I'd like to put those flowers down first. So these are Little Birdie Crafts. This is Wendy Boho Vibes. And I want this hot pink right here. And then a yellow here. That's so cute. Blue. This is from Song of the Sea. So this keeps with our color palette, and let's do that. So the yellow up here, kind of snugged up under that button, and then the pink right here. I want to get it kind of underneath our frame, and then the blue, just like this. So it sort of forms a semicircle. All right, so there's that. That's cute. And then now we can bring in our ribbon. I'm going to fold the loops back. The adhesive goes on the knot. And this is going to slip under that pink flower, just like this. Be careful, the glue is hot. So you can see I'm using a tool to help me lift things so that I don't put my fingers in that glue. And then I'm just going to kind of push this in, bring my loops around like that. And then I tied a little baker's twine bow. And this is going to go right on top of the knot. So again, reinforcing our color palette, which is always a good thing to do. See these cute little flowers? These are Little Birdie. And let's have our gnome hold these like that. Cute, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and work on the inside. So here we can take this bright bold May and put it on our pocket. We've got another cute little gnome that we can use to dress this pocket up with. Very sweet. And then a little cluster of flowers like that. Then over here, we can just kind of randomly let's see. We'll do that little speech bubble. And then we've got just a bunch of little random flowers and things that we can scatter around. heart over that. The key with stickers is to layer them. They look more natural, they look more real if you kind of layer them on top of one another. See how that looks? It's another little flower. One more little flower. And of course, if you're giving this to a mom, you can go ahead and add all these mom. It's a lot of mom. Okay, friends, here we are all finished up. I just added a couple of little filler flowers to finish out our floral cascade. And then I found this little word strip from my Tim Holtz Goodies, Lovely to the Moon and Back. Added this little wooden icon and little tiny key. The glue on that is still setting up, so I'm not going to mess with that too much. And then created this little dangle charm with the clip that kind of doubles as a closure, so that's pretty handy. This is actually a wine glass marker that I had in my stash, and I added this little daisy charm and a pink bead to the top and tied that with baker's twine and glued the baker's twine in the top part of our little clip. So that is our folio, our Gnome of the Month folio for May 2022. I hope you guys are having fun making these along with me. I think they're just so cute and cheerful. So I'll be back on Thursday with our Graphic 45 Time to Flourish May folio for Throwback Thursday. All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and go get your craft on. Bye.